A gift can be the team with the first pick in the draft taking Caleb Williams and not Jayden Daniels. Jayden Daniels has been amazing, Joe. How impressed have you been with Jayden Daniels?
Extremely, extremely impressed. I'm impressed with everything about him. I've had a chance to be with him sat down at lunch with him, get to know the young man a little bit. He's as great a person as we've seen him as a player. And he has great composure, throws the ball extremely well. And this is something we haven't had in Washington for a while. Throws the ball down the field extremely well. And that's really what you look for, is you're looking for chunk plays in our game. You're not going to go 10, 11, 12 plays all the time. And it's very difficult to do it on a number of occasions. But if you can get those big plays, which he's able to do, I think it makes a world of difference. And you got to give Cliff Kingsbury, I think, a lot of credit. Yeah. Because, like what Caleb's going through in Chicago, turmoil as a coordinator, turmoil everywhere around him. There's stability with Jayden. There's stability in what he's able to do. And I love the way Cliff starts a game with him. He gets the ball out of his hands. I remember when Peyton Manning first went to the Indianapolis Colts, Tom Moore was the coach. Tom, Pittsburgh coach. Now he's in Tampa, still coaching. And I sat with him one day. We were doing a Indianapolis game, and I said, how do you deal with Peyton? He says, first of all, you have to keep giving him stuff because he continues to want to get better and better and better. You have to have a bucket full of things to present to him. But I made my mind up that I didn't want to get him beat up physically or mentally. So in his first year there, the routes were short. He got the ball out of his hands, and he developed the ability to be the Hall of Famer that he is, to be able to get the ball out, to be able to not take negative plays. And what I see so often now you mentioned Caleb in the Chicago situation, managing a game, and people would say, oh, this guy's just a manager. That's not an insult, guys. That's a compliment, because it means that you don't start changing plays when there's 30 seconds on the clock. You don't start throwing the ball into, when you have a chance to score, throwing it in places where you're not going to get a chance to put points on the board. You're sliding to protect yourself. You're getting out of bounds. That's a manager. And so if somebody called me a manager of a game, hey, I'm thrilled, because that's my job. If you look definition of a quarterback, manage the game, that's your definition. And well, Tom Brady was a manager.
Yeah.
Peyton was.
He was at the beginning, right? Brady was a manager at the beginning. People forget that, Joe.
Even at the end. Even at the end. The last, Peyton won the Super Bowl in Denver. Great defense, but he outmanaged the game over Cam Newton.
Right.
Cam was on the other side of the, he was quarterback at Carolina, and Peyton managed the way Peyton couldn't throw like he did when he was younger. He knew that, but he managed it so well. And this is just classic Peyton.